What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. It is I, it is me, it is your boy, E to the R to the I to the C. And yes, this right here is another episode of The Life and Times of Eric. And what can I say? I am your host, Eric. So thank you. But before we go any farther, you know what we got to do. You got to pat yourself on the back. Why? Because it's another day above ground. It's another day to make your wrongs right. And it's another day for you to go after your dreams and ambitions. So yes. And if you're listening to this today, then you know what today is. You know what today is. Today is What It Do Wednesdays. And on What It Do Wednesdays, we discuss different people, different books, different entrepreneur stories, good or bad. And, different information that can help you, yes, you, to show you that if they can do it, you can do it as well while you're on your entrepreneurship journey to success. So yes. Also, please do not forget about our Motivated Mondays. And on Motivated Mondays, we discuss different tips and different tricks that you can use while you're on your entrepreneurship journey, career journey, life journey, job journey, or any journey that you're going on, because sometimes you might run up against trials and tribulations. So the information that we give out will help you with any of that you go through. So, also, please do not forget about free knowledge. I was drumming on my banjo, strumming on a street light, and I enjoyed my free knowledge tonight. So yes, please do not forget about Free Knowledge Fridays, because on Free Knowledge Fridays, I, meaning Eric, answer questions that came from you, meaning Life and Times fam, that was emailed and DM'd into me. So yes, I spend Fridays to answer all the questions that you have, to give you nothing but great advice, whatever you were going through, depending on the questions. Some were dealing with, businesses, dealing with, business and your relationships, partners, whatever, friends, whatever it may be. I give you great advice to your questions. Also, on Free Knowledge Friday, we're also pulling a drawing for everybody that goes to the Apple Podcast and leaves a review. Goes to the Apple Podcast and leaves a review of The Life and Times of Eric. You'll be entered in to win the $5 gift card and my ebook, 10 Tips for Hotel Safety and Travel. So yes, it's a good thing. You get a 2-for-1. All you got to do is go to the Apple Podcast, leave a review, say, hey, I like The Life and Times of Eric, 5 stars, and you'll be entered in to win a gift card, and you'll also get my ebook, 10 Tips for Hotel Safety and Travel. So yes. So before we go any farther, before we get any deeper into the topic, you know what I got to do? I got to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Aspire Pure, and all the great things that they're doing down there with their company, Donovan and all of them, and what they're doing. So shout out to Aspire Pure and all the great things that they're doing. That's www.aspirapura.com, aspirepure.com. It's refreshing taste, keeping it simple. So yes, like I always tell you all, whenever I drink Aspire Pure, I feel like I'm floating on a glacier or an iceberg, and I feel tranquility over my body. That premium water beverage just hits differently when, you're enjoying it and you've been drinking it after a long day, you've been enjoying it before in the morning or after a long night. It just goes down a different way because it's so delicious, especially the way they infuse those electrolytes in that purified water, and the way they process the water is just a great type of feeling, to know it's something different. I will always say this, and I mean it. It tastes good in room temperature, tastes good while it's cold, tastes good sitting in the back of your car for 2 days. And I enjoy it because it doesn't have no NBA, no bad aftertaste, nothing that gets stuck up in my throat. It makes me regret, it's so dry. It's not dry. It's crisp. It's moist. It has a good flavor, a good taste to the water. It's just like I said, if you had a long night studying, hanging with the kids, going out, no matter what, you drink that and you'll get the pep in your step you need, that pep you need to go and take over the world. So yes, definitely make sure everybody go and check out Aspire Pure and all the great things that they're doing with their beverage as well. So today's topic, we're going to discuss Jocko Willink and Levi Babai, and they wrote the book Extreme Ownership: How U.S. Navy SEALs Lead and Win. So I don't know if everybody's kind of knowing about Jocko. I mean, he's also wrote a book, and I think he's got an energy drink out. And Bad Bye, they kind of work together. But, Jocko's been on the move with his motivation on how you can get people to work, how you can get people to do what they're supposed to do, and just getting them going in the right direction. So my synopsis of everything, I'm going to read you a couple tips that he touched on. There's more tips about it. And then from there, give you more about the book as well. So the book touches on a lot of points when it comes to leadership and on how to lead others to reach their goals. This book will confirm and show you things about your leadership style and personality when it comes to leading. I'm going to share with you some of the very important parts from this book and why, it was a number one bestseller. And number one is extreme ownership. Take full responsibility for what is happening or has happened. If a member of the team has not understood one of his instructions, the team leader cannot blame him. It is his role as a leader to make sure that his team understands his instructions. Likewise, if he himself doesn't understand the data he was received, he will take responsibility and ask his superiors for explanations rather than say it wasn't properly explained from the beginning. So yes, the number one tips is extreme ownership. Taking ownership for what you don't understand. And if you don't understand, you need to go ask for someone to explain it to you so you can understand. Number 2, there's no such thing as a bad team, just bad leaders. One of the main characteristics of SEALs is their ability to work as a team. Indeed, there is nothing worse for a SEAL than to be an individualistic or perceived as such. Lone individuals cannot survive in extreme conditions of special forces operations. This is why when selecting candidates, an enormous amount of energy is used to stimulate teamwork. So yes, there's no such thing as a bad team, just bad leaders. So I definitely believe that if a team's not working, there's bad leaders. But I also believe that in some of the other steps that we touch on, there'll be, different situations where the leader can be leading, but the team doesn't want to do what they're supposed to do, or an individual may feel like they're more than a team and they might need to be eliminated. So, number 3, believing is the first step. Indeed, it is difficult to sell a plan to one's team if one doesn't first believe in oneself. The worst thing to say would be, "It isn't me." The order comes from above. So the worst thing for anybody to say is, "It isn't me, the order comes from above." And how many times have you went to your job, fired somebody, let somebody go and say, "Hey, it really wasn't up to me. The order came from the people above," and you just use that as an excuse to get it off your back so you won't get in trouble. And in all actuality, what they're saying right here is, if an individual said it comes from the order above, Jocko and Leaf explained that they took the time to meet with their superior to better understand the context of the decision. If you want to maintain leadership of your team, never give the impression that you don't understand or don't approve of a decision from above. So what Jocko is saying is, if the individual doesn't agree, you should never say that you don't understand or don't approve of the decision. What you want to say is that you're always in cahoots, or you're always in the same path or the same direction as whoever gave you the direction to do what you're supposed to do, because it just looks better for you. 4, beware of your ego. Can you imagine a worse place than a battlefield to be faced with a colleague who is a show-off, knows everything, and won't take any advice? This unfortunately also exists in the Army. The difference between that soldier or an officer who believes they can learn nothing from a man who's been on the field for longer, never mind his grade, risks his own death or that of one of his own teammates. So it just goes to show you that, ego is a killer. And ego's always been a downfall. Like, what's they say? Ego come before pride, or pride comes before downfall. Both of them the same kind of like boat. Pride comes before downfall, but I feel like pride goes along with your ego, thinking you're too much, thinking you're hot stuff, thinking you can't be told anything. So that's another one of the principal, ownerships. And number 5, cover and move. In SEALs lingo, cover and move means that before you move on the field, whether bullets are raining or not, you always have to ensure that part of the team or another team ensures cover for the team. that is moving. So you always got to make sure you have cover before you start moving. Just as when walking, you wouldn't lift a leg before putting down the other. This is, as you can imagine, entails being able to work as a team and with other teams with flawless communication and trust. Each team is engaged in the mission either when moving or when covering the moving team. United in the one perspective, accomplishing the mission, the objective being to ensure the security of every member of the operation. And when you think about cover and move, just think about all the movies you watch where the hero's like, hey, I'm about to go do something to cover me. And then they jump out and they start shooting, and the hero starts running off to go help somebody. Or the hero will be like, all right, I'm going to cover you. You go. And then they start shooting and they go. You know, every movie, every TV show you see it. Narcos, Homeland, anything that deals with shoot 'em up, bang bangs, you'll always see cover and move. Someone has to cover you while you move. And while you move, someone needs to cover you. Because if someone's not covering you while you're moving, then you're just a duck in sitting waters waiting to get hit. So, needless to say, this book has great points when it comes to leadership. And I only wanted to give you 5, but there is 7 more leadership skills a leader should have. Overall, it's 12, but I only wanted to give you 5. You guys got to go check out the other 7, but just know that the book is a great book. It has a lot of great information. It will definitely, make you think about your leadership style, make you think about what you say to your team, make you think about who you interact with and how you're approaching them and how you're acting and how you're presenting yourself. So definitely check out the book, Extreme Ownership, because I guarantee you won't go wrong. So check out the book, Extreme Ownership, How U.S. Navy SEALs Lead and Win. And I guarantee you would not be disappointed. So if I had to put this down as a buy now, buy later, or get as a gift, I would definitely put as a buy now, and I would definitely put as a get as a gift in the sense of you were giving it to a friend of yours that you wanted to help them with their leadership or just show them like, hey, these are other principles of leadership, So if you wanted to improve your own leadership, I definitely get it as a buy now, and I definitely give it as a gift. So it's a great book, has a lot of great points, a lot of things you'll like. Is it on Audible or is it on audiobooks? I'm not for sure, but I guarantee you it probably is because that's just the thing. Everybody puts everything on, audiobooks. But definitely the book is out, so definitely check that out as well. And I guarantee you would not be disappointed. So please, everybody, make sure you go and rate, subscribe, and, share. In a sense, share my podcast around like a hot big staple in the streets. But yes, please make sure you rate, subscribe, and you share the podcast. And also, please remember to continue to keep staying the 3 B's. Continue to keep staying bigger, better, and badder. Continue to keep staying bigger, better, and badder. And please do not forget, keep living your life, because if you don't, your life is not going to live you. Keep living your life, because if you don't, your life is not going to live you.